Hi everyone, welcome to Everything Data with Phone. Today we'll be talking about how to use formulas and functions in Microsoft Excel. So, if you are just starting out and you don't know the basics of Microsoft Excel, please check out my video. It will pop up on the screen now. So let's begin. Let's click on blank workbook. Okay, so this is your spreadsheet. And we know this is the formula tab already. Formula bar. We know that we can always go to formulas to also input formulas and functions into our spreadsheet. Let's give our spreadsheet some data. Let's have name, country, cost, price sold, and profit. So we know that profit is price sold minus the cost. So we know that we're going to be doing this minus this. We're going to be doing this minus this. For formulas, it's just you doing your normal addition, multiplication, division, subtraction. While using functions are using things like sum. We'll get into that. But formulas are just basically your addition, subtraction, and the rest. So let's use formulas now. So we'll go into the profit tab, the first one for David. Now, if you look at a function or a formula, we always start with equals to. If there's no equals to, then that means it is just a string or even just special symbols or signs. You must always start with an equals to for your formulas. It's compulsory. So we have equals to. You have two options. Either you select the cell you want to use or you type it yourself. So we know that this is C2. So we can type it as C2. Right. Then if you want to use D2, we type it2. So as we said, we want to do D2 minus C2. Right. This. I want to do this minus this. So we should have something like. So now you can see this is showing hash, but here you can see your formula. So this is the formula bar. So we're having D2 instead minus C2. So you can see it has picked the cells we are going to work with. And if you notice, the colors are matching. You have D2 here blue and blue here too. C2 here, C2. So you can see what you are using the formulas on. So this is basically a formula. So you just press your enter. You can see the profit is there. That's $800. So for the second option, as we said, always start with equals to. Then you pick the cell you want to use. That's this. Then minus or dash minus this. Then press enter. So same for here. So if you notice from this, so the person is running at loss, not profit. So let's see what will happen. Equals to this minus this. So if you notice, there's a bracket there showing that okay, this thing is actually negative. So when you see a bracket like this, you know that okay, this is not the normal result you get. This one has to be negative. So what we can do for this situation now is turn it upside down. minus d4. So, and now it's now back to normal 500. But now we know that this is not really accurate, this is for loss. So what you can do here is to make another table. So you just copy and paste it here. Just the number, so you can delete this. Now look at this, this has no loss. Now if you put a dash, make sure you press enter after. The same thing for here. Daniel has no loss, dash and enter. So here he has no profit, that's sad. Then that's why you must always press enter. Ishmael too has no profit. So this dash, you can centralize it if you want, you can centralize it. So here we have, you can also format the cell to the last. Then here we have equals to, as you said, was always start equals to minus this. So as simple as that. Imagine we want to add, it won't be any different. So let's say we have this as our cost. Let's do space. This is our, let's merge and enter it. So cost. Then we now have subsections. We have for gas. We have water bill. We know all this, both of them together are still under cost. So we want to add them together, then now use it to subtract it from the price sold. So let's say we have 2,000. That's really realistic. So water bill 300, 1,000. So and format the cells. I have 200. Let's say 500 and 3,000. Okay, let's reduce that. That's too much. Let's say 400. Okay, so we want to add these two together. Then you can just come here, equals to this plus this, then go to enter. So another thing you can do here to make it faster, instead of doing it one by one, you can just come here to this square thing on them, square icon. So if you notice, when our cursor comes on it, it turns to cross. So you just hold it and double click twice, left click twice. You can see it has gone throughout the whole column. So that's for addition. Same thing for multiplication. So imagine you want to do multiplication instead. That will just be using a star. So press enter, then just double left click twice and it comes down. So the same thing for division. Instead, if you want division, so just like that, come here, do the same thing. So that's how you do your formulas, basic multiplication, addition, subtraction and division. So that's for formulas. So let's go into functions now. So functions are kind of more complex, but they are still easy to use. If you want to sum this two together, you want to add it. If you want to add lots more columns together, so that's the benefit of function. Now you are adding this, you are doing h3 divided, let's say you are dividing h3 divided by i3. So if you have a lot of things you want to calculate, that will take a lot of time to work out. So what we can just do is to sum. So if we have these cells and they are all numbers, so let's say this is 1, this is 5, this is 7, this is 4, say 6 and 9. So we have this and we want to sum them together. What we can do is just come here and be like equals to this plus this plus this plus. We can see it is wasting time, like it's taking a lot of time, a whole lot of time. So you can just press enter, but as I said, it's taking a lot of time. There's a shortcut which is functions. Functions are just formulas that the software Microsoft Excel has simplified for us to make using Excel so much easier. We can use different types of functions. We can go to the formulas to see the functions that we have. So you can say insert function here, auto sum. These are recently used functions. So we have financial, this is going deeper into finance. So I think you can see here, you can see different functions you can use. The most common function we have is auto sum. That's why you can see it here. Auto sum, average, count, max, and minimum. So what do all these do? So let's start with that. Let's start with sum. So if you look at this, if you hover around it, you can see that automatically adds it up. Sum into bracket of alt plus equals to automatically adds it up. Your total will appear after the selected cell. So we have equals to, as we said, we must always start with equals to. So we start with equals to. What do we want to do? We want to sum, we want to add all this together. So equals to sum of. Now this is how easy it is. You just highlight the cells. You want to use and close the brackets and press enter, and just like that it has calculated it for you. So if you notice here, you see a column. The column represents the range of cells you want to use. So we are starting from E11 and going to G11. So it sums it up from this range of values. So that's how easy sum is. Auto sum is just automatic summing. We took the whole long process of typing it ourselves. Well, auto sum will automatically do it for us. So let's go auto sum. So if you look at this, auto sum just pick the range. So we pick the range. Now this, we don't want this to be added, right? Even if we add it, Excel will take it as 0, but we don't want it to be added. So put it as J instead, and we are good to go. Now, as we said, auto sum is something that is automatic. It selects the range for you. You don't even need to click anything. Just go to where you want your answer to be. Then go to auto sum and it will pick it for you. So then let's look at the other functions we have. We have average, count, max, minimum. There are other auto functions. If you come here, you can see average. So if you just click on it, you see to pick the values for you auto. Then you can now edit it how you want it. And just like that, to give you the average value. So the same thing, if you want to count the numbers, how many numbers are year to year. So you can just press count instead, then edit it. So you press enter. So it counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells that have value inside, and you see it as 6. So the same thing, if you want to find the maximum of all these numbers, maximum of this number, which you can see is 9. So you can just pick this. Which is 9. Same thing for if you want to find the minimum. Which is 1. So That's for the basic functions we have, which is sum, average, count, numbers, max and minimum. So looking at this, average is the mean of values. In normal mathematics, that is the sum of all the values divided by the number of the values. So how can we easily calculate this in formulas, not just functions? So this could just be equal to this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. We have to put it in brackets. Then, as we said, divided by the number of cells we have. We can see from here that the number of cells 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 6. So we still got the average. So you can use both functions, formulas, but as you can see, functions are faster to use and easy. No need to stress yourself. So imagine I had a lot of data to work with here and I'm using formulas. It's going to take time, a lot of time, but with functions it's easier to use, very easy. So let's look at other complex functions we can use. So we've dealt with this. We have more functions here. So you can see cell, error type, and if you notice here, they give you a description of what it's about. So for cell, returns information about the formatting, location or content of the first cell according to the sheet reading order in the reference. Now, if you don't understand what this is, they simply explained you have equals to, as we always start with, equals to cell into brackets, info, then underscore type. So that means this is the information type of the cell, and this is the reference. So if you're referencing on that cell, so you have the information type and the reference. So if you don't understand this, there's an help on this function to help you understand this better. So clicking on this will take you to a browser, and you have to be connected to the internet to be able to access Microsoft's explanation on this particular function. So we have other functions we can use. We have error.type, returns a number matching an error value. Then info returns information about the current operating environment, is blank, checks whether a reference is to an empty cell, and returns true or false. So we have a lot. Is error, is error, and now if you look at this, you can see what is inside the bracket. That's called arguments. Those are what you'll be imputing into the functions, that the functions will understand what you want to do. So is error, you'll be imputing the value, checks whether a value is an error, and returns true or false. So let's work with is blank. Okay, so let's just write our own function equals to is blank. You can just use that to find out what functions Excel has to offer. Is blank, then the value, which value do you want to check that? Is it actually blank? So you can pick this. So you can see it's true. It's actually blank. So for better explanation, let me give an example. The function will now tell us that okay, maybe they are blank, so you go and check it out to clean your data, so your data will be accurate when you analyze it. So let's press equals to is blank, the value, so it's just here, you click, so you can see it's false. That means there's actually no blank here. So we can just go down, as we said, it makes it easier for us. Right click twice, so you can see it is true here. Once you now see it's true, oh, you get your attention going. I'm like, okay, that is true, I need to check it out. There's a blank there, then you go and update the blank. If you want this to be very noticeable, let's say you are editing 1,000 rows of data and you want it to be shown to you very easily, what you can do is change the formatting of this. So we're going to divert a bit from function. So we'll go to home, Then now, if you look at this, you see something like conditional formatting. Yeah, so conditional formatting is easily spot trends and patterns in your data using bars, colors, and icons to visually interpret important values. So, as we said, we want to know all the false and all the truths. We want to know which one we have to pay attention to, which is the truth. If there's any blank, that is true. We want to pay attention to it. So, what we can do is come here, come to conditional formatting, and you see there are different things you can do. There's aligned cell rules. So these are the rules you can use to decide the color you want. So if you have values greater than a particular number, it will turn to a particular color. Those ones less than a particular number, it will turn to that color. In between a particular range, you will see that all those values between that range will have a particular color. Those cells equal to any value that is equal to that value, we have particular color. Let's look at equal to, because that's what we're dealing with now. So for equal to, now we want every cell that is equal to true, that means it has blanks, to be red so that our attention will go to it. So format cells that are equal to true. So you can see that already giving the color. How do you change this color? Come here. So you can decide what you want. You can see yellow with, okay. So you can see different things, but you can customize yourself. So you can decide the font for that particular cell. You like it to be red to show that, okay, this is danger. Check this cell now. So you can see anytime I see red in the cell, I will definitely know that something is wrong. Check that cell. So now look at this. Imagine I'm going through this. Instead of me, if I have data that is very long, instead of going through all this, I just come here. I see that, okay, this is red. Oh, there's a blank here. I have to make sure that, okay, I have to fix this. And that's that, okay, for D14, I'll come here and fill it up. It will be 3009. So that's how simplified it is. Now let's go back to our functions where, and if you notice that's turned to false, so we fixed it, the red has gone. We move on to the next red, work on it and move on. We've come to the end of today's tutorial. If you want to know more about functions and formulas, you can check out the video that I'll put on the screen now. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what you want us to talk about next. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.